The power of independence is something that cannot be overstated, especially when we consider the impact it has on women and their relationships. In a world that often pressures women to be everything to everyone, the idea of standing tall in your own identity, free from the expectations of others, becomes a powerful act of self-love and self-respect. A woman who is truly independent is someone who understands that her worth does not depend on the validation of others, whether it be from a partner, family, or society. She is complete in herself, and this completeness makes her not just attractive but also magnetic in ways that go beyond physical appearance. Independence doesn't mean isolation or neglecting the relationships we hold dear. It doesn't mean pushing people away or choosing career or success over human connection. On the contrary, it is about creating a life that is rich and full on its own terms. It's about being so self-assured that the love, admiration, and companionship that come from a relationship are not the foundations of one's sense of worth. Instead, those things are the icing on the cake. The core is already deliciously satisfying, self-made, and self-sustained. When a woman knows that she can stand on her own 2 feet, both emotionally and practically, she exudes a confidence that is magnetic. She isn't looking for someone to complete her, rather she seeks a partner with whom she can build something beautiful together. This confidence shines through in everything she does, from her personal ambitions to her interactions with others. It's an energy that draws people in, and while society often tells women to be humble or to shrink back from owning their achievements, an independent woman doesn't shrink. She stands tall, proud, and unapologetic about her accomplishments. She isn't afraid to take up space, to assert her voice, and to be heard. This quiet but undeniable power of standing firmly in one's own identity is incredibly attractive, not just to men but to anyone who values strength and self-assurance. For many women, the pursuit of independence begins with the realization that their value does not come from fulfilling roles dictated by external sources. From a young age, girls are often taught that they should strive to be good daughters, good wives, and good mothers, roles that, while meaningful, are not necessarily a reflection of their true selves. Independence in this context becomes an act of liberation. It is the conscious choice to stop defining oneself solely by the relationships one has with others and to start defining oneself by the life one creates for oneself. Independence allows women to step into their personal power. Whether it's pursuing a career they're passionate about, taking up space in conversations, traveling the world solo, or simply deciding to live life on their own terms, the act of standing independent creates a level of authenticity that is contagious. People, men in particular, are drawn to that authenticity. It's no longer about being a passive participant in life or waiting for someone else to lead the way. An independent woman is someone who takes charge of her life, actively shapes her future, and takes full ownership of the choices she makes. This independence is also about financial freedom. Women who are financially independent no longer feel obligated to stay in situations, whether personal or professional, because they lack the resources to walk away. This financial autonomy not only secures a woman's ability to make choices freely, but it also ensures that she doesn't feel trapped in unhealthy or unfulfilling relationships. The ability to support oneself without relying on someone else is an incredibly powerful form of independence. It strengthens a woman's sense of agency, making her feel empowered and in control of her destiny. But it's not just practical independence that is important, it's emotional independence as well. A woman who is emotionally independent is not looking to others to fix her or make her happy. She knows how to manage her own emotions and doesn't rely on a partner, friend, or family member to fulfill her emotional needs. She's capable of creating her own happiness, finding contentment within herself, and making sure that her emotional well-being doesn't hinge on anyone else's approval or actions. This emotional resilience is attractive because it shows a high level of self-awareness and self-care. A woman who is emotionally independent can weather the storms of life without collapsing under the weight of her circumstances. Moreover, emotional independence fosters stronger and healthier relationships. When a woman is not emotionally dependent on someone else for validation, she is free to give and receive love in a way that is balanced and genuine. She isn't looking for someone to fill a void inside her, rather she is seeking a partner with whom she can build a partnership that is equal, nurturing, and supportive. This is the essence of a healthy, mature relationship, one that is based on two individuals who come together to complement each other, not to complete each other. The attraction of independence is also rooted in its sustainability. While passion and excitement in relationships are important, they are often fleeting. On the other hand, the strength and security that come with an independent spirit provide a long-lasting foundation for both personal satisfaction and relationship fulfillment. When a woman is independent, she is less likely to settle for mediocrity. She knows her worth and will only engage in relationships that align with her values, aspirations, and dreams. This clarity and self-respect make her incredibly attractive because she will not compromise her own happiness for anyone or anything. In conclusion, the power of independence lies in the fact that it allows women to be complete, whole, and self-sufficient, not only in the eyes of others, but also in their own eyes. It is a quality that is magnetic not because it seeks attention, but because it radiates confidence, strength, and authenticity. Men are drawn to women who are independent not because they are distant or aloof, but because they are powerful, self-assured, and unapologetically themselves. When a woman stands firm in her independence, she not only attracts respect, but also a genuine connection that is based on equality, admiration, and mutual growth. The art of mystery is one of the most captivating qualities a person can possess. It is an aura that doesn't shout for attention but gently beckons others in, sparking curiosity and intrigue. For women especially, the art of maintaining a bit of mystery in their lives is not just about being elusive. It's about embracing the power of what's unsaid, what's hidden, and what's yet to be discovered. This sense of mystery makes a woman intriguing and, in many ways, untouchable. It's not about playing games, but about creating a balance of openness and depth, allowing others to experience only fragments of who you are at a time. This sense of mystery is intoxicating and, when used well, can be a powerful tool in relationships, career, and personal growth. The foundation of mystery lies in the concept of withholding just enough of yourself to make people want to learn more. It's a subtle dance between openness and restraint, a careful balance between being present and being slightly out of reach. When a woman maintains a level of mystery, she does not give everything away all at once. Instead, she reveals herself in pieces, one conversation at a time, one gesture at a time. This controlled unveiling of oneself draws others in, leaving them constantly wanting to know more. People are naturally curious, and the more you hold back without being distant, the more they are magnetically pulled toward you. Mystery is not about secrecy or deception, but about depth. It's about having layers that others have to peel away. It's not about pretending to be someone you're not, but about keeping parts of yourself sacred, keeping some corners of your world only for you. Every person, man or woman, has parts of themselves that are deeply personal, and the art of mystery is about knowing which parts to share and when. It's about recognizing that your time, your thoughts, and your emotions are valuable, and not everyone is entitled to access them immediately. When you choose to hold something back, you are asserting your own worth. You are telling the world that you are more than just an open book. You are a story that is meant to be slowly uncovered, savored, and understood over time. One of the most powerful aspects of mystery is its ability to create anticipation. Whether it's in a relationship, a career, or a personal journey, people are drawn to that sense of what's next. When a woman maintains a sense of mystery, she keeps others on their toes, creating a constant sense of excitement around her presence. In a relationship, this could mean not revealing every detail of your day-to-day life, keeping certain experiences or emotions to yourself until the time feels right to share them. This doesn't mean playing games, but rather fostering an environment where curiosity can thrive. By giving just enough information and leaving the rest to the imagination, a woman becomes an ever-evolving figure that others find fascinating. Mystery is not just about creating a sense of intrigue, though it's also about creating a sense of freedom. When you allow others to wonder about you, you also create space for them to make their own discoveries. This space allows the relationship to develop naturally with no rush to know everything about each other all at once. The beauty of mystery lies in the fact that it never feels finished. There is always something more to explore, which makes the connection more dynamic and layered. In contrast, when everything is laid bare too quickly, there is a tendency for relationships to feel one-dimensional or stale. The excitement that comes with unraveling a person's depths is lost when there's no mystery left to uncover. Furthermore, mystery cultivates respect. A woman who is mysterious knows her boundaries and is comfortable with her privacy. She does not feel the need to over-explain herself or share her personal story to gain approval or acceptance. This self-assurance in protecting one's personal space is deeply attractive. It conveys that she values her own energy and that her time and attention are precious. When others see that, they instinctively respect her more. It is a silent yet powerful signal that she is not here to please or perform. She is here to live authentically, according to her own rules. Mystery also allows for a deeper level of connection. When a woman allows someone to only know part of her, it creates an opening for true intimacy to develop. Intimacy is not about oversharing or giving everything to another person. It's about finding the right time to share something meaningful, something that invites trust and closeness. The beauty of mystery is that it sets the stage for that kind of profound connection. It allows the person to feel that they are part of an exclusive inner world, one that they've earned the privilege to enter, not because everything has been handed to them, but because they've been patient and open-minded enough to understand what lies beneath the surface. At the same time, mystery isn't about being inaccessible or cold. It's about being emotionally available, but not entirely open. A woman who practices the art of mystery knows how to engage others without revealing everything at once. She offers glimpses of her personality, her passions, her desires, but she doesn't put it all on display in one sitting. There's a natural flow to this. It's not about being deliberately distant, but about maintaining a space between you and others that invites curiosity. It's about allowing people to earn the privilege of truly getting to know you. In professional settings, mystery can be an asset as well. A woman who doesn't reveal all of her strengths, accomplishments, or ideas in the first conversation creates an air of intrigue. This can be incredibly powerful in business, where a sense of authority and confidence can open doors. When you reveal everything too soon, there's a risk of being overlooked or underestimated. By holding back just a little, you create a sense of power that others want to be close to. People are more likely to listen to you, seek your advice, and respect your opinion when you've maintained a sense of mystery. In the end, the art of mystery is about balance. It's about revealing just enough of yourself to keep others intrigued while holding back enough to preserve your personal boundaries and your sense of self. It's not about being a puzzle to be solved, but about allowing your layers to be explored in a way that feels natural, exciting, and empowering. The art of mystery, when done right, is magnetic, invites curiosity, respect, and deep connections that are far more valuable than anything that can be easily discovered. Emotional resilience is one of the most important qualities a person can cultivate, especially in a world that constantly challenges us with stress, conflict, and unexpected obstacles. For women in particular, emotional resilience is essential not just for surviving the storms that life throws their way, but for thriving despite them. Emotional resilience is the ability to face adversity with strength, to adapt to change, and to recover from hardship. It's not about being unshaken by difficult emotions, but about how you respond to those emotions and bounce back from challenges. It is the ability to navigate life's emotional highs and lows with grace, maintaining a sense of equilibrium even in the most trying times. For many women, emotional resilience is often forged through experience. Life is filled with unpredictable events that challenge our emotional well-being, personal loss, relationship struggles, work-related stress, and societal pressures. While some people may allow these events to define them or bring them down, emotionally resilient individuals have learned how to weather such storms without losing themselves in the process. They acknowledge their emotions, sit with their discomfort, and allow themselves to feel everything fully, but they do not let these emotions dictate their actions or long-term mental health. Instead, they build strategies to move through hardship with an awareness that pain is temporary and that resilience is a learned skill. One of the key aspects of emotional resilience is the ability to acknowledge and process emotions without letting them overwhelm you. It's easy to suppress feelings, especially negative ones like anger, sadness, or fear, because facing them can be uncomfortable. However, emotional resilience involves giving yourself permission to feel those emotions and understanding that they are not inherently bad or dangerous. By allowing yourself to experience your emotions, you can better understand their root causes and how they affect your thoughts and behavior. This awareness is empowering because it gives you control over your emotional state rather than being controlled by it. Resilience doesn't mean that you don't struggle or that you're immune to hardship. It simply means that you can recover from difficulties with a sense of purpose and strength. Life is not always kind or predictable, and sometimes the challenges we face can feel insurmountable. Whether it's a personal setback, a professional failure, or a traumatic experience, emotionally resilient people learn to adapt and find ways to move forward. They don't let failure define them, but rather see it as an opportunity for growth and learning. This perspective shift is crucial in building emotional resilience. When you start to view challenges as temporary and solvable, you take away their power to dictate your emotional well-being. A woman who is emotionally resilient doesn't shy away from taking responsibility for her emotions and actions. She recognizes that while she cannot control everything that happens to her, she does have control over how she responds to circumstances. When faced with hardship, she takes a step back and assesses the situation from a grounded perspective. She doesn't let her immediate reactions take over, but rather approaches the situation with a clear and calm mind. This clarity allows her to make better decisions, whether it's about how to respond to conflict, how to cope with stress, or how to move forward after a difficult event. Emotional resilience is about making conscious choices in how to react to life's challenges rather than simply reacting impulsively or defensively. One important factor in building emotional resilience is self-compassion. Women often have the tendency to be overly critical of themselves, especially when they face failure or disappointment. However, emotionally resilient individuals understand the importance of being kind to themselves in moments of struggle. They know that mistakes and setbacks are a natural part of life and that they do not define their worth. Rather than internalizing failure or harshly judging themselves, they practice self-forgiveness and extend the same compassion to themselves that they would offer to a friend. This practice of self-compassion allows them to bounce back from setbacks faster, with less emotional damage, and without losing sight of their inherent value. Another key aspect of emotional resilience is the ability to maintain a positive outlook even in the face of adversity. This doesn't mean forcing yourself to be happy or ignoring the difficulties at hand. It's about finding hope and strength in even the darkest of times. Women who are emotionally resilient find ways to reframe negative situations and look for silver linings, however small they may seem. They focus on what they can control and take action toward improving their circumstances. By choosing to focus on what's within their power, they regain a sense of agency and purpose, which reinforces their emotional strength. This positive outlook is contagious and can inspire those around them to approach challenges with the same resilience and determination. Social support also plays a crucial role in emotional resilience. While emotional resilience is an internal strength, it is not something that can be built in isolation. A woman who is emotionally resilient understands the importance of building a support network, whether it's close friends, family members, or even colleagues who can offer advice, encouragement, or simply a listening ear. Sharing your struggles with trusted people not only helps lighten the emotional load, but also reinforces the idea that you are not alone in your challenges. This connection with others provides a sense of belonging and reassurance, knowing that there are people who understand and care about what you're going through. Building emotional resilience is a continuous journey, not a destination. It's a lifelong practice of strengthening your mental and emotional muscles so that you can face life's inevitable challenges with greater ease. Emotional resilience doesn't happen overnight. It is built through small, consistent actions and choices. Over time, as you encounter more challenges and learn how to navigate them, your emotional resilience becomes stronger and more ingrained. The more you practice emotional resilience, the more you begin to see that no matter what life throws at you, you have the strength and tools to face it head-on. In relationships, emotional resilience is incredibly attractive. Men, too, are drawn to women who are emotionally resilient. When a woman is emotionally resilient, she is able to navigate conflict and difficulties in a relationship with maturity and grace. She doesn't react impulsively or take things personally. Instead, she seeks understanding and resolution while maintaining a sense of her own emotional stability. This emotional strength and maturity create a solid foundation for healthy, thriving relationships. In conclusion, emotional resilience is not about being unaffected by the ups and downs of life. It is about having the tools and mindset to weather those storms with grace, strength, and wisdom. For women, emotional resilience is one of the most empowering qualities they can possess. It enables them to face challenges with confidence, recover from setbacks more quickly, and maintain a sense of self-worth regardless of the circumstances. By cultivating emotional resilience, women can move through life's difficulties without losing their sense of identity or purpose, knowing that they are capable of overcoming whatever comes their way. Personal boundaries are one of the most important yet often overlooked aspects of healthy relationships and self-respect. In a world that can sometimes feel overwhelming with demands from others, having strong, clear boundaries is an essential form of self-care. And yes, personal boundaries are sexy not just in the conventional sense, but in the way they command respect, assertiveness, and emotional well-being. When we talk about boundaries, we're not just referring to physical space, but to emotional, mental, and even social limits that we set for ourselves. These boundaries create the framework in which we thrive, maintain our peace of mind, and build meaningful, respectful relationships. When a woman establishes and maintains her personal boundaries, she sends a powerful message to the world: I respect myself and I will not tolerate anything less than respect in return. Boundaries are sexy because they are an act of self-love. When you set personal boundaries, you're making it clear that you value yourself enough to prioritize your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. This act of self-respect naturally draws others to you. People are attracted to confidence, to those who have a sense of self-worth that is not easily shaken. A woman who is clear about what she will and won't accept in her life demonstrates emotional intelligence and maturity, traits that are undeniably attractive. Setting boundaries requires a level of confidence in yourself and your needs, and that confidence is magnetic. When a woman establishes boundaries, she is also demonstrating that she values her time and energy. In today's fast-paced, often chaotic world, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the demands of others. But a woman who is firm about her boundaries knows that she cannot pour from an empty cup. She understands the importance of preserving her time, energy, and emotional resources. This isn't about being selfish, rather, it's about being intentional with her emotional investments. She is willing to say no when she needs to, knowing that by doing so, she is protecting her well-being. People are naturally attracted to those who can manage their resources well and who aren't afraid to say no when necessary. Setting boundaries signals to others that you have control over your life, which is inherently appealing. Boundaries are also sexy because they create respect in relationships. When you set clear boundaries, you show others how you expect to be treated. This fosters healthy communication and mutual understanding. Whether in friendships, romantic relationships, or professional settings, having strong boundaries ensures that your relationships are built on respect. Relationships that lack boundaries are often plagued by misunderstandings, resentment, and overextension. A woman who can say, "This is what I need and this is where I draw the line," creates space for people to interact with her in ways that are respectful and supportive. Her relationships are more likely to be harmonious and fulfilling because everyone involved understands where they stand. The sense of clarity and respect that comes from this kind of communication makes the relationship feel secure, safe, and exciting, ultimately making her more attractive to those around her. Moreover, having boundaries shows that you are in control of your emotions. Emotional boundaries, in particular, are a crucial part of maintaining a healthy mental state. A woman who has emotional boundaries is able to protect herself from being overwhelmed or drained by others' emotions. She doesn't take on the emotional burden of others or let their moods dictate hers. Instead, she acknowledges the emotions of others while maintaining a sense of emotional autonomy. This ability to detach without being distant creates a balance in relationships. It shows that she is empathetic and supportive without losing herself in the process. This emotional strength and stability are undeniably appealing as they signal maturity and a healthy sense of self-awareness. In addition, personal boundaries are attractive because they foster independence. A woman who has clearly defined boundaries is not looking to others to define her or complete her. She is secure in her own identity and knows who she is, what she wants, and what she's not willing to settle for. This sense of independence is sexy because it means she's not relying on others for validation or fulfillment. She is whole on her own, and her relationships are an addition to, not a source of, her happiness. People are drawn to this kind of self-assurance because it signals that the person is grounded, confident, and capable. This independence does not make her distant or closed off, but rather makes her a partner who can bring her full self to the table without feeling dependent or lost in the relationship. Setting personal boundaries also allows a woman to embrace vulnerability on her own terms. When you have strong boundaries, you can show up authentically in your relationships without fearing that others will take advantage of your openness. Vulnerability, when combined with healthy boundaries, is incredibly powerful. It allows for deeper connections while still maintaining a sense of self-protection. A woman who can be vulnerable but is not afraid to protect herself when necessary has a deep understanding of herself and her needs. This self-awareness and emotional intelligence are magnetic qualities that inspire trust and admiration in others. Her ability to navigate vulnerability with grace and strength creates a dynamic that is attractive as it showcases confidence, authenticity, and emotional maturity. In professional and social settings, boundaries are equally important and equally sexy. A woman who can assert her professional boundaries in a meeting, in negotiations, or in any form of interaction demonstrates leadership, decisiveness, and self-respect. In a workplace environment, clear boundaries help ensure that she is taken seriously, that her contributions are valued, and that her time and energy are respected. This level of professionalism and self-assurance is highly attractive because it shows that she is capable, competent, and in control of her life. Similarly, in social interactions, boundaries help maintain a sense of personal space and prevent people from taking more than they give. A woman who can confidently set these boundaries without guilt is not only protecting herself but also teaching others how to treat her with the same respect. Ultimately, personal boundaries are sexy because they demonstrate strength, independence, and emotional maturity. They reflect a woman's ability to care for herself, to prioritize her needs, and to protect her peace of mind. This level of self-respect naturally attracts respect from others and in turn creates relationships built on mutual understanding and admiration. A woman who has strong boundaries is not afraid to stand up for herself, communicate her needs, and maintain her sense of self in all situations. This kind of emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and confidence is not only empowering but undeniably attractive to those who encounter it. In every area of life, whether in love, friendship, or work, personal boundaries are essential for building healthy, respectful, and fulfilling connections, and they are undeniably sexy. The ability to let go is one of the most powerful and transformative qualities a person can develop. It is a skill that allows individuals to move forward in life with freedom, resilience, and a sense of inner peace. Letting go, however, is often easier said than done. Whether it involves releasing old grudges, letting go of unfulfilled expectations, or detaching from relationships or situations that no longer serve us, the process of letting go is often a deeply emotional and challenging one. However, when mastered, it becomes an act of liberation that can radically improve one's emotional and mental well-being. At its core, letting go is about acceptance. It is recognizing that holding on to something, whether it be a painful past, a failed relationship, or unrealistic expectations, is preventing you from fully embracing the present and moving forward. Life is constantly evolving, and holding on to the past or trying to control outcomes can keep us stuck in cycles of dissatisfaction and resentment. The ability to let go means making peace with what has already happened, understanding that it cannot be changed, and freeing yourself from the emotional burden of trying to fix or change it. Letting go is not about forgetting or dismissing the importance of past experiences, but about giving yourself permission to release their grip on your present and future. One of the most powerful aspects of letting go is the emotional freedom it creates. Many people hold on to negative emotions such as anger, hurt, or regret because they feel that by holding on, they are somehow protecting themselves. They may feel that if they forgive, forget, or move on, they are letting the person or situation that hurt them off the hook. In reality, however, it is the act of holding on to these emotions that causes continued suffering. Negative emotions like anger or resentment create emotional stagnation. They keep us tied to the past and prevent us from experiencing new opportunities and growth. Letting go of these emotions allows for emotional healing and enables us to move forward with a lighter heart and mind. Letting go also requires an understanding of impermanence. Nothing in life stays the same forever. People change, situations evolve, and even the way we view the world is constantly shifting. Accepting this natural ebb and flow of life is an essential part of the process of letting go. When we cling to things, whether they are people, jobs, or expectations, we deny the reality that change is inevitable. Letting go is not about giving up, but about embracing the fluidity of life. It is about being open to new experiences and new beginnings, knowing that it brings the potential for something new and better. The ability to embrace impermanence with grace allows us to release the hold that the past has on us and be fully present in the unfolding journey of our lives. For many, letting go is also an exercise in trust. It requires the trust that even when we cannot control everything, life will as it is meant to. Whether it is letting go of a relationship, a career path, or a deeply held belief, there is an inherent act of faith involved. Trusting that the universe or life itself has a way of working things out for us is key to the process of letting go. It is trusting that by releasing the things that no longer serve us, we are making space for new, more aligned opportunities to come into our lives. This act of trust can be both frightening and exhilarating, as it forces us to step out of our comfort zones and into the unknown. But it is also liberating, as it allows us to surrender to the flow of life and relinquish the need to control every outcome. In relationships, the ability to let go is especially important. People change, relationships evolve, and sometimes, despite our best efforts, relationships come to an end. Letting go in relationships does not necessarily mean cutting ties or walking away entirely. It may simply mean letting go of unrealistic expectations or accepting that things will not always go the way we hope or plan. It might mean letting go of the need for approval, validation, or perfection from others. When we hold on too tightly to a relationship or an expectation, we run the risk of stifling both our own growth and that of the other person. Letting go in relationships allows for greater freedom, mutual respect, and the space for both individuals to grow and evolve on their own terms. It's a reminder that, while relationships are important, they should not define or limit who we are as individuals. Similarly, letting go of past mistakes or failures is a crucial part of personal growth. Everyone makes mistakes, but some people become trapped in the guilt or shame associated with those mistakes. They carry the weight of past failures as if they are an inherent part of their identity. The ability to let go of this guilt is a key step in healing and moving forward. It involves forgiving yourself and recognizing that mistakes are simply opportunities to learn and grow. When we release the shame and regret associated with our past, we free ourselves to pursue new goals, try new things, and embrace life with a sense of curiosity and possibility. Moreover, letting go is deeply connected to self-compassion. Often, the hardest part of letting go is the fear that we are somehow failing or giving up. We may feel that by releasing something, we are admitting that we were wrong or that we have lost. In reality, letting go is an act of self-compassion because it involves recognizing that we are worthy of peace and happiness. It's about treating ourselves with kindness and allowing ourselves the grace to move on from things that no longer serve us. This level of self-love is a critical part of emotional health and resilience, and it allows us to move forward with strength and confidence. Letting go also requires patience. The process is rarely immediate. It takes time, self-reflection, and emotional processing. There may be setbacks, moments of doubt, or even regret, but with patience, the ability to let go becomes easier. Over time, as we learn to release what no longer serves us, we begin to see the benefits: freedom, clarity, peace of mind, and a renewed sense of purpose. We begin to realize that by letting go, we create the space for new experiences and opportunities to enter our lives. Letting go is not a one-time event, but an ongoing practice that requires awareness, emotional intelligence, and an openness to change. In the end, the ability to let go is one of the most liberating and empowering things we can do for ourselves. It allows us to release the grip that the past has on us, to embrace the present moment, and to move forward into a future filled with possibility. Letting go is an act of love for ourselves and for the life we want to create. It is about releasing the emotional baggage that weighs us down and embracing the freedom that comes with letting life flow as it is meant to. When we let go, we not only make space for new experiences, but we also open ourselves up to deeper levels of peace, joy, and fulfillment. Self-love is a term that is often thrown around in popular culture, but its true meaning is far deeper and more nuanced than many people realize. In its most authentic form, self-love is not about self-indulgence or narcissism. Rather, it is a profound, compassionate understanding and acceptance of who you are at your core. It is an active process that involves nurturing and caring for yourself emotionally, physically, and mentally. Self-love is a commitment to honoring your own needs, acknowledging your worth, and prioritizing your well-being. It is the foundation upon which all healthy relationships, both with yourself and others, are built. At the core of self-love lies self-acceptance. This is the ability to embrace yourself as you are, with all of your strengths, weaknesses, flaws, and imperfections. Many people struggle with self-acceptance because they feel they must meet certain external standards to be worthy of love and respect. Society often tells us that we need to look a certain way, act a certain way, or achieve certain things in order to be valued. However, self-love involves rejecting these societal pressures and instead embracing the truth that you are worthy of love simply because you exist. This acceptance means that you no longer have to chase perfection or mold yourself to fit someone else's expectations. Instead, you can appreciate yourself for all that you are without judgment or self-criticism. Self-love also means taking responsibility for your emotional health. This involves recognizing your emotional needs and taking steps to nurture them. It's easy to get caught up in the demands of others, whether it's family, friends, or work, and neglect your own emotional well-being. However, self-love requires you to recognize that you are your own most important priority. This might mean setting boundaries with others to protect your energy, making time for activities that bring you joy and peace, or seeking support when you need it. It's about knowing when to say no, when to ask for help, and when to give yourself permission to rest. Practicing self-love means that you are willing to take care of yourself in ways that promote your emotional and mental health, rather than sacrificing your well-being for the sake of others or for external validation. Another key aspect of self-love is self-compassion. This is the ability to treat yourself with the same kindness, care, and understanding that you would offer to a dear friend. So often we are our own harshest critics, quick to judge ourselves when we make mistakes or fall short of our own expectations. However, self-love encourages us to be gentle with ourselves in moments of failure or vulnerability. It involves recognizing that mistakes are a natural part of life and do not define our worth. When we practice self-compassion, we acknowledge our imperfections without harsh judgment and treat ourselves with kindness, patience, and forgiveness. This self-compassion creates a space where we can learn from our mistakes, grow, and move forward without being weighed down by guilt or shame. In the realm of self-love, self-care plays a crucial role. While self-love is about deep emotional and mental acceptance, self-care is the physical manifestation of that love. It is the act of taking deliberate actions to care for your body, mind, and soul. Self-care can look different for everyone, but it might include things like eating nourishing foods, exercising, getting enough sleep, and engaging in activities that promote relaxation and joy. It's also about creating a lifestyle that supports your overall health and well-being. When you love yourself, you treat your body with respect and prioritize its needs, recognizing that your physical health is an essential part of your overall well-being. True self-love also involves the courage to be vulnerable. It's easy to believe that self-love means presenting a perfect version of yourself to the world, someone who has everything figured out and never struggles. However, self-love is not about perfection. It is about embracing all parts of yourself, including your flaws and insecurities. Being vulnerable means allowing yourself to be authentic and open, even in moments of uncertainty. It means being honest about your struggles, seeking help when you need it, and not hiding behind a facade. Vulnerability is a powerful expression of self-love because it shows that you are comfortable with who you are without the need for approval or validation from others. When you are vulnerable, you allow yourself to experience life in its fullest form with all of its ups and downs without fearing judgment or rejection. The true definition of self-love also involves letting go of the toxic relationships and habits that drain your energy and diminish your self-worth. It means recognizing when something or someone is no longer serving you and having the strength to walk away. Often we stay in unhealthy relationships, whether personal or professional, out of fear of loneliness, rejection, or insecurity. However, self-love means having the courage to create space for relationships and experiences that nourish and support you. This might involve letting go of negative self-talk, habits that harm your body or mind, or people who consistently undermine your worth. When you love yourself, you make choices that protect your peace and emotional health, even if it means making difficult decisions to walk away from things that no longer align with your values or needs. Furthermore, self-love requires self-awareness. It is the ability to tune into your own needs, desires, and feelings. When you love yourself, you take the time to check in with yourself regularly, asking, "What do I need right now? How am I feeling?" Self-awareness allows you to understand your own emotions and reactions, which enables you to make more intentional decisions that align with your true self. It's about recognizing what brings you joy, fulfillment, and peace, as well as what drains or frustrates you. This awareness helps you make choices that support your long-term well-being, rather than being driven by external pressures or fleeting desires. The practice of self-love is also about creating a sense of purpose and direction in your life. When you love yourself, you recognize your own worth and potential, and you strive to live a life that is aligned with your values and passions. This may involve setting personal goals, pursuing your dreams, and making decisions that move you closer to the life you envision for yourself. Self-love encourages you to believe in your abilities, take risks, and embrace opportunities for growth and success. It is about recognizing that you deserve to live a fulfilling, authentic life that is true to who you are, and making choices that reflect that belief. Finally, the true definition of self-love is ever evolving. It is not a destination but a lifelong journey. It requires continuous practice, self-reflection, and growth. Self-love is something you build upon every day, learning to appreciate and care for yourself in deeper and more meaningful ways. As you evolve and grow as a person, so too will your understanding and practice of self-love. It is not about reaching a state of perfection, but about creating a deep, loving relationship with yourself, where you are your own greatest advocate, supporter, and source of unconditional love. In conclusion, self-love is the foundation of a healthy, fulfilling life. It is about acceptance, compassion, responsibility, and care. It involves letting go of negativity, embracing vulnerability, and making choices that prioritize your well-being. Self-love is not selfish. It is essential for personal growth, resilience, and the ability to build meaningful connections with others. When you love yourself, you recognize your worth, honor your needs, and create the life you deserve.